You have seen this bird 1,000 times. On your fence, outside your office window, hopping across a parking lot. You probably walked past one this morning without a second thought. But the bird you have been ignoring your entire life is one of the most extraordinary survival stories in the history of the animal kingdom. The house sparrow. Small, brown, ordinary looking. Everywhere. Most people couldn't even tell you its name. And yet this tiny bird, weighing less than 1 ounce, has conquered an entire continent. It lives in every American state, every Canadian province, every major city on Earth. It has outlasted species that were bigger, stronger, and better equipped. And scientists who have spent careers studying it describe it as one of the most behaviorally complex and ecologically successful birds ever documented. What you are about to learn will make you look at the most ordinary bird in your life in a completely different way. Welcome to the Bird Vault, where we go deep on the science of backyard birds, what they think, what they feel, and what they are actually telling you. Subscribe if you are new because we do this every week. And stay until fact number 5. It is the one that changes everything. Here is the first thing most people never know. The house sparrow is not native to North America. Not even close. This bird originally comes from the Middle East and spread across Europe and Asia over thousands of years alongside human civilization. It evolved specifically to live near people, in your farms, grain stores, and settlements. It did not adapt to humans, it built its entire existence around them. Then, in 1851, a group of well-meaning New Yorkers released 100 house sparrows in Brooklyn. They wanted a piece of home. They wanted the familiar bird from the old country singing in the new world. Within 50 years, the house sparrow had reached the Pacific coast. Within 100 years, it had spread across the entire continent, from Alaska to Mexico, without any further human help. No other introduced bird species in recorded history has colonized a continent that quickly. Today, there are an estimated 540 million house sparrows on Earth. It is one of the 3 most abundant wild bird species on the entire planet. All of it starting from 100 birds in Brooklyn. Fact 2. It is one of the most intelligent birds at your feeder. Most people dismiss the house sparrow as a nuisance, a filler bird, the bird that shows up when you wanted something more impressive. But what researchers have discovered about house sparrow intelligence genuinely surprises people. House sparrows have demonstrated the ability to solve multi-step problems to access food, pushing levers, pulling strings, navigating mazes, at a level that matches birds we consider highly intelligent, like pigeons and starlings. They learn by watching. If one sparrow in a flock figures out how to access a new food source, the rest of the flock learns the technique within hours through observation. Researchers call this social learning, and it is one of the hallmarks of higher cognitive function. House sparrows also show something called neophilia in food contexts, a genuine curiosity and attraction toward new objects and situations, rather than fear of them. This is precisely why they thrive everywhere humans build and create. While other species retreat from change, the house sparrow investigates it. The bird hopping across that parking lot is not lost. It is not desperate. It is doing exactly what its remarkable brain was built to do. Fact 3. It has a dark side that divides conservationists. This is the fact that makes the house sparrow complicated, and it is important to understand it honestly. Because the house sparrow is not native to North America, and because it is so extraordinarily successful, it competes directly with native cavity nesting birds for nesting sites, particularly bluebirds, tree swallows, and purple martins. These are species that nest in holes in trees or in nest boxes, and the house sparrow wants exactly the same spaces. The competition is not gentle. House sparrows are aggressive nest defenders. They will evict native birds from established nests. They will destroy eggs.
Wildlife biologists and conservation organizations have documented significant population declines in native cavity nesting species in areas with high house sparrow density. This is why house sparrows appear on invasive species lists across North America, and why many wildlife managers take active steps to control their numbers near native bird habitat. But here is the other side of that story. The house sparrow itself has been declining. In its native European range, particularly in the United Kingdom, house sparrow populations have dropped by over 60% since the 1970s. Urban development, loss of insect populations, and changes in agriculture have hit them hard. The bird that conquered a continent is now disappearing from the cities where it built its empire.
Researchers studying this decline describe it as an unexpected conservation concern and a signal of broader urban ecosystem collapse that affects all species, native and introduced alike. The house sparrow is simultaneously a conservation problem and a conservation warning. Both things are true. Fact 4. It has one of the most complex social lives of any backyard bird. Pull up a chair at any outdoor cafe and watch the house sparrows for 10 minutes. What looks like random hopping and pecking is actually an intricate social performance that researchers have spent decades trying to fully understand. House sparrows live in colonies with complex dominance hierarchies. Status in the flock is communicated visually through the size of the black bib on the male's chest. The larger and darker the bib, the higher the status. Other sparrows read this signal instantly and adjust their behavior accordingly. No fight necessary. But here is where it gets fascinating. Researchers discovered that males can fake status signals by artificially enlarging their bib markings. When they did this experimentally, artificially darkening the bibs of low-status males, those males were immediately challenged and attacked by other sparrows in the colony. The flock tested the claim and punished the deception. House sparrows enforce honest signaling. They have a social system sophisticated enough to detect and penalize cheating. They also mate for life in most cases, returning to the same partner and the same nest site year after year. They show signs of genuine pair bonding, preening each other, defending each other, choosing to stay together when separation would be possible. The sparrow pecking at crumbs outside your window is part of a social world as layered and complex as almost anything else in your backyard. Fact 5. It chose you, and it has been with us for 10,000 years. This is the fact that reframes everything. The house sparrow did not accidentally end up near humans. It did not tolerate us. It actively chose us and has been making that choice for approximately 10,000 years. Archaeological evidence shows that house sparrows began associating with human settlements at the very beginning of agriculture in the Fertile Crescent. As humans built permanent settlements and began storing grain, the sparrow moved in, not as a pest that invaded, as a species that co-evolved alongside human civilization itself. For 10,000 years, through the rise and fall of empires, through the spread of cities across every continent, through every transformation of the human world, the house sparrow stayed. It adapted every time we changed. It followed every time we moved. It built its nest in every structure we raised. Every house sparrow you have ever seen carries 10,000 years of that relationship in its biology. It is not just an animal that lives near people. It is an animal that became what it is because of people. When you look at a house sparrow sitting on your fence, you are looking at one of the longest continuous relationships between a wild animal and the human species ever documented. That is not ordinary. That is extraordinary. The most common bird in America is not background noise. It is a 10,000-year-old story sitting on your fence every single morning. Next time you see one, really see it. The intelligence, the social world, the history it carries. Tell us in the comments, did any of these 5 facts surprise you? And have you ever actually stopped to watch a house sparrow for more than a few seconds? Share what you noticed.
We will see you in the Bird Vault next week.